Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the 7 least reliable SUVs 2024. Number 7. Volkswagen Taos. Let's face it, the Taos is about as appealing as a lukewarm bowl of alphabet soup. I test drove one back in 2023, and let's just say, I was counting down the seconds until I could hand it back to the nice but slightly bewildered dealer. First off, the all-wheel drive version sported this jerky, unrefined dual-clutch transmission that felt like a caffeinated kangaroo on roller skates. Imagine how delightful that'll be in a few years, post-warranty, when it starts throwing tantrums like a teenager denied Wi-Fi. Then there's the 1.4 turbo engine, the performance equivalent of a particularly sleepy snail. Oh, and the fuel economy, about as impressive as a Kardashian attempting calculus. To top it all off, the price tag, astronomical. You could buy a small island for that kind of dough. And let's not forget Volkswagen's, shall we say, interesting relationship with reliability. Beyond the warranty period, those repairs can cost more than a private jet to buy. The complicated engine, finicky transmission, and electronics galore paint a picture of a future filled with expensive visits to the mechanic. So, if you're looking for a small crossover SUV, do yourself a favor and steer clear of the Taos. Trust me, your wallet will thank you. Number 6. Jeep Wagoneer. The Wagoner. Fancy name, fancy price tag, but let's be honest, buying one is like setting your cash pile on fire and doing a money Macarena next to it. It's a Jeep in a fancy suit, priced like a private jet with the fuel efficiency of a clothes dryer. For 70 grand, you could buy a fleet of flying pigs with better resale value. And that one $20,000 test drive unit I saw, forget about it. That's enough to buy a vacation home in Tuscany and still have leftover euros for fancy gelato. But hey, if you like slow sellers with the repair bills of a hypochondriac dragon, be my guest. Just be prepared to wave goodbye to your life savings as you drive off in your overpriced, issue-prone chariot. Leaks, squeaks, and gremlins galore, the Wagoner has them all. It's like a mystery box of automotive mayhem, except the only prize is an empty wallet. Look, there are better full-sized SUVs out there. Ones that don't require a second mortgage and come with features other than questionable sunroof technology. So unless you're a millionaire with a burning desire to test your mechanic's patience, maybe steer clear of the Wagoner. Number 5. Mini Countryman. Hold on to your Union Jacks, folks, because we're about to spill some tea on the Mini Countryman. Now, it calls itself a Mini, but this little crossover is about as pint-sized as Big Ben. The first thing that'll knock your socks off is the price. We're talking mid-40s to a whopping $66,000. For that kind of dough, you could buy a private island and hire a team of trained monkeys to serve you pina coladas. Trust me, it'd be a more exciting ride. But let's talk about the actual driving experience. The Countryman's comfort level is about as high as a toddler on a sugar rush. It's not exactly a champion in the performance department either, and the fuel economy, let's just say it's not setting any land speed records for sipping gas. And then there's the reliability. Older Minis are like ticking time bombs prone to everything from electrical gremlins to engine hiccups that'd make a cardiologist faint. And since Mini's owned by BMW, you can bet your bottom dollar that repairs will cost more than a Buckingham Palace tour with a personal corgi escort. Sure, there's a new Countryman coming in 2025 promising to fix some of these grumbles. But if you're looking for a small crossover SUV right now, do yourself a favor and steer clear of this one. Number 4. Chevrolet Blazer. Thinking of buying a Chevy Blazer? Buckle up, friend, because you're in for a bumpy ride, both literally and figuratively. This overpriced SUV is the automotive equivalent of that fruitcake your grandma insists you try every year. Dense, bland, and sure to leave you with a bad taste in your mouth. For the hefty price tag of $40,000 to $50,000, you'd expect the Blazer to be something special. Think again. Sure, it throws in a decent amount of space for you and your stuff, but the inside feels cheaper than a carnival prize. As for performance and fuel economy, let's just say they're about as exciting as watching paint dry. And to top it all off, the Blazer's 3.6-liter V6 engine has a history of reliability issues that would make a used car salesman blush. Timing chain problems, oil guzzling like a frat boy at a free bar? Yep, the Blazer's got them all. Now, there is some good news on the horizon. GM's got all-electric versions of the Blazer and its smaller sibling, the Equinox, coming out in 2024. Those might be worth a look, but if you're stuck in the gas-powered world, There are far better SUVs out there for your hard-earned cash. Number 3. Ford Explorer. Ever heard of a participation trophy? Because that's basically what this SUV is. It shows up, takes up space, and hopes nobody notices it doesn't actually do much. Performance? Let's just say this thing moves with all the excitement of a snail on NyQuil. Fuel economy? Don't even get me started. You'll be spending more time at the gas station than you will exploring anything. And safety. Well, let's just say I wouldn't trust this thing to protect my goldfish, let alone my family. Inside, it's like a bad flashback to the 90s. Think bulky plastic, outdated tech, and enough legroom for a hobbit, not a human. Now, they do have this fancy EST version with a twin-turbo engine that sounds exciting, but hold on to your wallets, folks. For the price of one of these, you could buy a used spaceship and have enough left over for moon cheese. And speaking of value, the Explorer's resale value is about as impressive as a participation trophy made of moldy cheese. So, to sum it up, the Explorer is like that guy at the party who shows up uninvited, eats all the chips, and then complains about the music. Number 2. Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. Listen, Mitsubishi's track record in North America ain't exactly sparkling. But the Eclipse Cross, let's just say it's the oof in off-roading. First things first, safety. Forget about starring in your own action movie with this thing. The IHS gave it a safety rating that makes a wet paper bag look like Fort Knox. So yeah, not exactly the ride you take when outrunning angry badgers. But even if you're a daredevil with a death wish, this SUV still wouldn't be worth the tumbleweeds. For the price, you could snag a competitor that's smoother than a jazz solo and more exciting than a tax refund. Plus, let's be honest, Mitsubishi's dealer network makes finding spare parts feel like searching for Atlantis. Service, don't even get me started. It's enough to make you want to build your own car out of duct tape and bubblegum. So, in conclusion, unless you're a safety inspector with a masochistic streak, stay away from the Eclipse Cross. Go forth and conquer the road. Just do it in something that won't leave you feeling like you crossed paths with automotive karma. Number 1. Jeep Compass. Whoa there, hold the horses! Let's ditch the car salesman spiel and get real about the Jeep Compass. Imagine you're saving your hard-earned cash for a sweet new SUV picturing adventures on the open road. Then, someone shoves a Compass into your eager hands. Uh-oh, that dream vacation just turned into a bumpy road trip through disappointment. Listen, I've been around the block, and the Compass ain't exactly winning any awards for reliability, quality, or safety. Plus, the price tag. Yikes. For what you'd spend on a decked-out Compass, you could almost buy a spaceship. Okay, maybe not, but you get the point. Sure, Jeep tried to spruce it up with a fancy interior and a zippy engine. The Compass is still the same unreliable, depreciating dude always was. So do yourself a favor and skip the Compass. Trust me, your wallet and your sanity will thank you. And remember, when it comes to choosing your next ride, listen to your gut, not some slick-talking salesman. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. If you found it helpful, then make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.